Hi, what's going on guys? It's Almond. Welcome back to another Wizard101 video. In today's video, I kind of want to talk about the Hasty Harvest change. Now, the change has happened since the release of Wallaroo, but I still get questions sometimes in my Discord saying like, oh, how do I know how do you use the Hasty Harvest? Like, is there certain ones that I have to use it on, etc? What's the point of this change? Whatever. So I'll basically break everything down for you guys in this video so you guys can understand it a little bit more and help you with your Beast Moon stuff. So if you do enjoy this type of content, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Join Discord if you guys haven't. I appreciate all the people that have been joining or just vibing in the Discord. Like, I think we've always been having like people in the Discord just chatting, so appreciate all the people. And yeah, or even just stopping by the stream. It doesn't mean a lot because I know a lot of people do watch my videos, but they don't really know that I do stream. So if you guys don't know, I do stream. So appreciate all the people that do stop by over there. So there's of course different types of seeds for Beast Moon. There's like the school specific one, for example, right here. This is a balance seed. And then of course, I just for reference purposes, I have different seeds. So this is like a regular Beast Moon blossom. And then right here we have an elemental. You can have elemental or spiritual. So there's three different types of seeds, of course, like the regular one, elemental or spiritual, or you have the school specific ones over here. Now with the Beast Moon change, what they did was they basically made Hasty Harvest, instead of just one Hasty Harvest, there's three separate ones. Now people were like, didn't like this change initially because they didn't understand what it was, but if you guys understand, then it should help you realize that, hey, this is actually a really good change. Basically, they made it so it's three separate TCs instead of one giant one, and it saves you a lot of energy in the long run. So for example, if I have an Hasty Harvest 1, it costs 1 energy. If I have an Hasty Harvest 2, it costs 5 energy. And if I have a Hasty 3, it is 10 energy. So they split it up to make it easier, and you can only use certain ones on certain types of seeds. So for example, this is a regular Beast Moon Blossom, and we use a Hasty Harvest 1 that costs 1 energy, and we use it on here. And it'll work perfectly fine. What it'll do is just turn it into Elder immediately. There we go. And I'm able to collect my rewards. So I can get my Hunter Moonstone, Spirit, or my Thread. And of course I got coins as well. Now we move on over here, which is our Elemental. This counts as elemental or spiritual, depending on what you have. You use a Hasty Harvest 2. If you use a Hasty Harvest 1 or a Hasty Harvest 3, it will not harvest the plant and make it mature. Instead, if you use a Hasty Harvest 2, which is the designated one, what it'll do is it will make this one Elder as well, similar to the one over there. So if we right click on it, there you go. I'm able to get my rewards, and then at times I'm able to get a treasure card back, which is good to see. And then we got a bunch of moonstone, which is used for crafting more seeds, and then we get the threads and stuff like that for the gear, and then you get the school specific moonstones, which is used to craft the school specific seeds. Now we go over to the big boy one, which is the school specific one, and this, in my case, I just bought a balance seed just to make it easier, but we can use a Hasty 3 and we can do that, and it costs 10 energy. And same situation applies, it'll turn into Elder. But if I were to use a Hasty 1 or a Hasty 2, it would not work right here. And there we go. As well, when it comes to the Hasties or like just the school specific seeds, you do get treasure cards at time for that specific school. You do get the idols for that specific school, and then as well you get the spellements, and then sometimes at times you will get other spellements if possible. But since this is a balance seed, I'm getting like a wide variety. And then as well I'm getting thread, and then I'm getting different moonstones and balance moonstones, so I can use those to craft the specific seeds as well. So hopefully that gives you a general idea of what to use my Hasties on, how to differentiate between Hasty 1s, 2s, and 3s. Now, whenever you do Beast Moon runs, you will get treasure cards just by doing Beast Moon. At the moment, I think it's bugged because it'll show that you are getting it was called treasure cards, but when you go and check your actual inventory, for some reason they're not dropping. So I think this is a bug on KI's part, and hopefully it does get fixed down the line, but you are supposed to be getting drops of Hasties from the Beast Moon event. Another way you get from Hasties is just by playing the event just straight up through the point system. Of course, once you get to 100 points, this will give you 3 Hasty 3s. That's how I had 3 earlier. Right now I'm back down to 2 because I used it on the balance seed. So now we got that out of the way. Of course, what you can just do is whenever you go to the event, for example, teleport to the event, you can actually change the treasure card depending on which one you want. So if I go talk to here, which is the vendor, right? If we go to the I think it's the recipe shop, if I remember, or is it the other one? It might be the other one, the crafting. Yeah, so we can craft different types of treasure cards. So you can craft a hasty 1, 2, or 3. So if you want a hasty 1, you can downgrade your hasty 2s to a hasty 1. Is this worth it? No, I would not recommend doing this, in my opinion. If you're really down bad, I can understand doing it, but it's only worth transmuting them to 3s, but it's not really worth downgrading your hasties. The reason behind that is you're always losing hasties because the cost behind it. Of course, when you're downgrading, you only get 1. So for example, if I have a hasty 2 and I want to craft more of these hasty 1s for my regular beastman seeds, it costs 1, but I'm only getting 1 hasty harvest 1 back. It should be 2 in my opinion, but the brief explanation I'm getting from devs is that this is just how you're always just lostful. I guess that's the best way to like word it. So if you really want hasty 3s, I guess you can upgrade them, but I would not recommend downgrading your hasty 2s to a hasty 1. I would always get hasty 2s and 3s, mainly 3s, but I would not go for hasty 1s as well at all, because you're losing out on treasure cards in return. You will get these just by gardening the seeds by default. You will get these just by playing the event. Of course, what a lot of players do tend to do is whenever Beastman comes around, whether it be Monster Mayhem or Beastman Hunt, they try their best to get this reward on multiple characters, so then they can get multiple treasure cards and use those on seeds. And then you're just kind of in this cycle of just gardening seeds, and then after you garden your seeds, you go do a beastman match, and then by the time you finish your beastman match, you can go back and check your seeds. You just overall rinse and repeat over and over and over. Now, people mainly do this because you guys already know, if you guys care about Beastman, you care about either upgrading your forms, which a lot of players tend to do, you know, depending on the form you play. You do need a bunch of the idols. So for example, if we go to Death Elf, for example, I have this already unlocked, and the way that I can tell is because it says upgrade tier. And the way that you have to get upgrade tier is you need the idols, and the idols only drop from that school. So for example, if I wanted Death Elf, I would only get the idols from a death seed. Of course, I can randomly get them just by playing Beastmoon at random, but you're more likely to get them just by harvesting the school specific seed. So if you wanted a fire form, for example, or like a storm form, you would either farm a fire seed or a storm seed. So it just, you got to match it up. Same thing with balance, straightforward, and everything like that. But a lot of people do tend to do is they just play on multiple characters, so then they can just quickly get as much of these hasty harvest as they can. You can't really trade anything else from here, this reward, other than the treasure cards. I mean, of course, you can transfer over like your beast moon needles, your moon gold dust, your spell elements. The Lunari you can't really transfer between characters at all. The pet, I mean, yeah, you can transfer that over, and then all the other stuff you can transfer over. It's just not the Lunari, and the Lunari is needed for like crafting like the upgrades and stuff like that. And another thing is, people want to know what this change is for, because hey, some people actually like the Beastman gear. I've crafted it at one point. I think it's this one. Yeah, I've crafted this robe at one point in my life, but I think with the change they made it easier, so it costs less, and also the Lunari cost is cheaper, so people are kind of like harvesting their seeds so they can start working towards the different types of gear for their characters, which is understandable. And people want to craft either the Draco robe, or people, what they tend to do is they want to craft the big white and gold one that, you know, some people do have, which requires all 7 schools. So there's that. But hopefully this video kind of helped you out with your little Beastmoon endeavors and give you guys a little bit of insight when it comes to Beastmoon. I don't know if people actually want me to upload Beastmoon videos. Maybe this is kind of like a good way of gauging if people want me to upload more. So we'll kind of see, right? But I did want to make a video regarding this change because I have been getting asked in Discords or even on stream. So that's that. But I appreciate all you guys that have been watching the channel or even join the Discord or watching the streams. It does mean a lot, and there will be more videos coming out on the channel soon. So just be on the lookout for all the videos, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.